Some big breaking news to bring you tonight, and it's transfer related. And Manchester United have made an improved bid of more than £60 million for Brentford's Bryan Mbeumo. That is very significant, that figure, isn't it? Because we knew that they had a bid rejected worth up to £55 million, and that Brentford valued Mbeumo at more than £60 million. We know they're willing to listen to offers for a player who has effectively got 2 years left on his deal. And United have now gone back in, and they've gone for over the £60 million mark. Now, Sky Sports News revealed previously that, of course, Spurs had held initial talks with Brentford for the 25-year-old as well. We understood he was intrigued by the proposition, of course, linking up with his former boss, Thomas Frank. But that is...
Right, let's bring you the latest transfer news now. You can see Mark McAdam has rejoined me. Mark, let's start by talking about Liverpool, because Florian Wirtz confirmed
contract. So therefore, potentially, do they have their eye on bringing in centre-backs? Yes, they do. One player of interest, but yet to have any formal kind of dialogue with Crystal Palace is the Crystal Palace defender Mark Gay. He's into the last year of his contract. Of course, an FA Cup winner, someone that's been watched by a number of other Premier League sides. There was that long, ongoing pursuit from Newcastle last summer, where I think it was their fourth or their fifth offer got rejected by Crystal Palace, which is around £65 million. But he's another player into the last 12 months of his contract. And because of that Premier League experience, there are a number of sides interested in him, one of those being Liverpool.
And what about what's going on at Bournemouth? Because we know Liverpool potentially about to sign a player from Bournemouth. What about other outgoings as well? Yeah,
that would be Gyokeres. We know that deal is agreed, £40 million. He's likely to have his medical on Tuesday, so that will get confirmed probably Tuesday night, Wednesday. And in terms of the other players potentially leaving Bournemouth, and the fans won't like me for saying this, but Ilya Zabani looks like he could potentially have played his last game for Bournemouth. There was a second offer from PSG this week that was rejected. We understand that offer to be £55 million. Bournemouth value him upwards of £70 million. So whether PSG, the European champions, decide to go in again for Ilya Zabani, the 22-year-old Ukrainian centre-back, only time will tell. But you'd imagine if they go for a first and second offer, their pursuit of the player is going to continue until they get their man. They just have to pay what Bournemouth want.
OK, what's going on with Bryan Mbeumo? Because I was just asking...
I want to talk Manchester United with you, Dean. They've been linked with Gyokeres from Sporting. Would he be the answer for them?
I think he could be. I think he's probably one of the best I've seen since Didier Drogba in terms of leading the line as a lone striker. It's such a difficult role at United, where the expectation is so big. I honestly think it could be perfect in terms of what they require from that player. I think he's one of the best, certainly in Europe, at leading the line on his own.
Is there a worry, though, because he's never played in the Premier League, that it might not be the place for him?
No, I don't think so. I think he's played in England. The Championship is no easy league to play in, and the requirements physically for that league that you've got to go through. So I don't, and I think the development and how quickly he's developing, and more probably still to come, I don't see why you wouldn't just look at him. And I'm surprised there's not more clubs that are clamouring to get his signature, because I think he's only going to get better. And that position in particular now requires a certain talent to lead the line, I think, anyway.
Dharmesh, when he played for Coventry, you could have got him